Hello everyone, my name is Dalton Bradley, and I chose to do my presentation on the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. First, something unique about myself and my plans for the future. Something I find unique about myself is that I despise chocolate. Most people find that pretty weird. As far as for my future, I plan to continue gaining experience from my mentors at Sandia National Labs while I finish up my education here at Highlands, where I plan to graduate in the fall. After doing so, I plan on going on to get my master's in operations research. As far as my long-term goals, I hope to get into management of a professional sports team someday. I chose to do my leadership presentation on Abraham Lincoln. He was born on February 12th, 1809, in Kentucky. As a young boy, he faced a lot of tragic losses in his life. First, his mother died when he was 9, and his youngest brother died in infancy, and his sister died when he was 19. A quote that I found from the leadership book regarding these losses reads, "These early tragedies undoubtedly affected the young Abraham, creating a somewhat melancholy demeanor and philosophical perspective on life." After the death of his mother, his father remarried. His new stepmother encouraged his education. Sadly, Abraham had very little opportunity for formal schooling, but showed persistence as he read and reread anything he could find. Though he was not well educated, he was popular and respected due to his honesty and sincerity, his physical strength, and his ability and willingness to tell humorous stories that delighted his audiences. Abraham Lincoln worked for many years for different law firms before serving in the Illinois state legislature, where he strongly voted against and spoke out against slavery. Abraham was elected to the presidency at one of the worst times in American history, as evidenced by the first quote. He was first elected to the presidency in 1860, when the United States was on the brink of being torn apart. The Civil War began just 1 month after he took office and occupied his entire time as president. Robert E. Lee of the Confederates surrendered on April 9th, 1865, ending the Civil War. However, just 5 days after, Lincoln was shot at Ford's Theater by John Wilkes Booth. He died the next day, just 4 months into his second term as president. I found this quote from the book very powerful. Lincoln's leadership has often been described as charismatic or transformational, due to his vision for preserving the United States Union, his outstanding rhetorical skills, and his ability to create loyal and devoted followers to support his candidacy and programs as president. My link to reality. Because of Lincoln's amazing ability to connect with people, he was able to gain followers even when they had opposing ideas and beliefs, and was able to accomplish one of the most significant feats in presidential history, abolishing slavery. To be an effective leader, making connections with people is essential. I find Abraham Lincoln to be one of the most important leaders in our history. I find it hard to show my leadership skills, even when I have the full support of my colleagues. I can only imagine how difficult it must have been to be an effective leader with everyone against you. Another thing about Abraham Lincoln, of course, is everyone knows he was assassinated. And like I said previously, it was only 4 months into his second term as president. And it's just a really shame, because if with all he did in the first 4 years as president, I would have loved to see what he could have done if he had another 4 years. Here's the one reference that I used, the Snapshots of Great Leadership. And I've also added about a 4-minute video of some quotes by Abraham Lincoln. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you guys very much for listening.